Man, I like the look of that. I like the look of that car, the rear-wheel drive P30 LMP1. The Merrick is pretty good too, but they did a good job with these. Johan Falsgraf in for some new tires. We're going to find forum or website discussing car tuning setups for cars and project cars. You know what, Flying Jake? It is funny that you mentioned that. Well, one, the Project Cars forums just opened. Two, the Turn forums are actually going to be open here within the next couple of days, and this is exactly what's going to be happening. So what I would want to do is, if I were you, I would head over to theultimateracingnetwork.com, put in your email there so that you get notified when our website goes up. The forums and articles are going to be the very first things on there, so tuning setups are going to for sure be what's in there. You'll see some setups on how to set up wheels, what the force feedback settings are, what all of our staff settings are, so I'll tell you exactly what the settings I use for my Fanatic are, and then on my Xbox setup downstairs I'll tell you what the settings are for that Thrustmaster. So yeah, I would go over to, here, I'll give you the link here real quick, sorry. The Ultimate Racing Network.com. Yeah, that we are going to have our forums up there, and not just for this game, but for quite a few games actually. We'll have a spot in there for people to talk about tuning. So if you want to find a new hub, you're ready for something new, come over to Turn, and we'll definitely take care of you. We've got series or community series that are coming. Dang, this is so cool watching this at night. This game has better graphics than Forza. I don't know. You know what, Nash? On PC, yes. On console, I don't think it does have better graphics than Forza. And I will qualify that by saying I still think that this game is prettier than Forza 5, only in that in Forza 5 you don't have the transitions. Like when you see the sky transitioning to a sunset, or seeing the clouds parting, or seeing them roll in when a thunderstorm's coming in. We haven't even seen a storm yet. There's thunderstorms in this game. We haven't even seen it. So some of that all builds to immersion, and to me, I think that is pretty to look at. On PC, this has way better graphics than Forza, but it's tough to compare because Forza's a console game. So if it was on PC, would it have better graphics? I think so. Alright, do I think game commentary can make racing feel more authentic? Absolutely. I definitely think it can. I think people don't just watch racing for the passing, although the passing is impressive and lots of people like watching that. But a lot of it is the context, isn't it? The articles of what's happening in the season, what's happening with the teams, even the drama behind it, right? I mean, there's a reason why it's got such a following. It's not just, oh, from race to race, you know, the races are so exciting. Like F1, I think a lot of people have known for a while that the racing has been not what they remember from their childhood or whatever, but the context, it hasn't been this exciting for a long time, having this much coverage. And I think game commentary is a long roundabout way to explain this, but I think game commentary adds context to the racing. Content and context add immersion, and I do think it can make racing feel more authentic. I really do. And if you haven't done it before, get into one of the good ones. Wow, this is great here. Oh, look at this mistake right here from the LMP2, and the Sauber. If you can get somebody that really knows what they're doing professionally with commentary, or at least is having a good time and is enthusiastic about racing, I think you can find it very enjoyable. I think you can find, top tier racing. Look at this, up into the Dunlops. Man, this is great. All right, graphics are better on PS4 than Xbox One because of 1080p. I agree, Rambo. Better on PS4. I don't think there's any disputing that. Ferrari Fanatic 4K PC. That's only if you're on one screen. It's actually 12K if you do triple screens, and they can all do 4K. 12K. Good lord. This game has an actual sun. I agree. Wow, look at that pass on the outside. Look at that. He's just. I'll take the shoulder. All right, let's see how we're doing on time here. We've got 4 laps left, and we are a good way through that. It looks like our leader. Let's switch to him. So the leader there is coming up to the Mulsanne. And then after that we will have 4 laps. So we've actually passed through, because we've passed into night a couple of times now, so this is like the equivalent of a several-day race. Really noticeable if you have them side by side if you're playing on Xbox and you've only been... I agree. So if you had them...
We're expecting some rain over the next 30 minutes. So keep an eye out for the weather. You make the call on the tires.
Jeez. So they just said over the radio that they're going to have rain in the next 30 minutes. It's already been raining. It's been raining for pretty much this entire race. Let's see. Yeah, let me catch up. Really only noticeable if you have them side by side. If you're playing Xbox One, you're never going to even realize it. I agree. The only thing you will realize is that fidelity-wise, Forza 4 looks crisper, probably in pictures and highlights and things like that. Looks a little bit crisper, but 900 versus 1080, I don't know that it's such a big deal, honestly. I mean, I'm way more interested in features. If you look at it, Forza 4 was a beautiful game. It was 720. Were the menus fuzzy? Yes. But the game was great. And honestly, if they just added some features, it would have been a really, really good game. I mean, like, near perfection. The game was really, really good. And then they went to Forza 5 and they had to redo a lot, and they took out a lot of features, and I think it kind of hurt the franchise, opened the door a little bit for this to even exist. Because if you think about it, Forza 5 was one of the best things that could have happened for Project Cars, because Project Cars started development when Forza 4 kind of came out. I agree, graphics are overrated to a degree. It still has to maintain it's good enough that it still has that wow factor of, geez, that looks really good. Let's switch out here. Daniel Cardoso being held up, not for long. Is he going to make the inside? Man, I wouldn't chance it if I was Daniel Cardoso. Yeah, I agree. You're not going to be in the middle of a race. Just stop and say, what? What? No motion blur? Or whatever it was, Oh my. Well, this has really been fun doing this stream, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Everybody must be getting tired. It is 3 a.m. here. Good lord. Okay. Spectator mode for life, yes. This is fantastic, actually. Let's see, where's his nearest competitor? Oh wow, look at how huge of a lead that is. He's down to Indianapolis right now. And they just came out of the Mulsanne. He's gonna win this for sure. What do we got? We got 3.5 laps to go. I think Daniel Cardoso's got this in the bag. Being held up here by some slower traffic. I'm going to switch to an onboard camera, just watch him try and get by these guys. Both of these are lapped down. Ooh, that was very close. He goes up the inside of that LMP2. The LMP2 is still fighting him on it. Oh, that's dirty. Dirty. That shouldn't be, that shouldn't be allowed. You had to pick one wheel to use the rest of your life, and it had to be out of the box, no changes. What would it be? No changes. Now, oh, we're starting to go back into day. Now, that is a tough one, right? Because I guess I would say the Club Sport V2, but you said no changes out of the box, and it doesn't actually come with a wheel rim. So I guess if I was going to do that, I would say Club Sport V2 with the Formula rim on it. That is the best wheel. I have the most fun on that wheel. However, if I said best bang for the buck, it would be, with some mods, I would say it's the Thrustmaster TX with Formula rim on it and the Fanatic pedals. That is the best bang for the buck wheel out there. I played iRacing. Yes, I have definitely played iRacing. Graphics aren't DX11, but the gameplay is sim. Definitely have done my share of iRacing. I'm a big fan of iRacing. The only thing, I don't feel like it's super great value for money, iRacing, but definitely is more sim even than this. This feels very similar to iRacing to me. You know, the organization isn't there, and that's just because they don't, in iRacing they run the organized racing and they control the sim that it's on. So yes, I have done iRacing. If you watch my personal stream, you'll probably see me do some iRacing from time to time, especially Skip Barber's, Mazda's, some time trials in the F1. I do feel like open wheel feels very similar in this game to iRacing. It looks like the rain is actually intensifying. I wonder if we're going to get some hydroplaning going on, which can happen. We can start getting some standing water, and then cars will kind of lose it. Guys, if you are signing off, definitely follow the stream there down at the bottom, just below the stream. You can click a little heart button there that'll follow the stream and notify when we're online next, so that you can request your favorite tracks and cars and get your questions answered. Do we have a YouTube channel? We definitely do. Let me go look. Link to my personal channel. Okay. Twitch.tv/Cyphon68. Alright, so that is my personal. If you head over to our website, there should be little links on there for all of our social media. Our Facebook, our YouTube, our Twitter, our Xbox handle. These are all AI. I stopped racing about an hour and 15 ago. This is a 6-hour stream, so this is kind of insane. But yeah, these are all AI. They're all set to 90%, so these guys are wickedly fast. There have been some pretty bold moves, honestly. Javier Lopez. Johan Falsgraf, our underdog. This guy started in like 18th place, and he's up to 5th. That's incredible to me. He had an unfortunate accident with a what this game calls LMP3, but is really just radicals and Caterham SP300s. And now he's getting blocked. He is getting blocked by lap-down traffic. He is gonna get by. Yes. All right. So now he only has a looks like a Caterham ahead. Wow, look at this bunch here. Alright, so he's now by the Caterham. He's free to try and get up there. Anyway, what I was saying, Apex, on our coming soon website, it should have little links there for all of our social media, our Twitter, our Facebook, our YouTube, this Twitch channel, Xbox. How many laps left? 2 laps. 2 laps remaining. We've released the Johan. Man, he attacks that corner. .565 horsepower coming out of that car. Total time here, check that out. Total time, 86 minutes on this race. Now stuck behind this radical. He's got to get by quickly. Hopefully he gets a good exit here. He's going to draft for a bit. He peaks on the outside. There he goes, right by him. Perfect. You want to know what time the F1 Practice 3 starts? I unfortunately do not. I do watch it, I just tend to watch them after the fact, I don't watch them live. Did you see that? Like, how he rumbles, the car shudders, it like does one of these numbers over the rumble strip. I love that. The race, I'm gonna go. So thanks for the stream. All hail spectator mode, by the way, cool shirt. Thanks. I'm a big F1 fan. We head down, me and the wife. Surprisingly, my wife is also an F1 fan. We head down to Circuit of the Americas for those F1 races, and just this past year we went up to Canada for the Canadian GP at Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, and that was a fantastic race. If you've only ever been to local races and you haven't been to the one up in Montreal, head up there. That is an experience. That's awesome. I'm still trying to get away to watch practice too. Yeah. So I'm like the odd F1 fan. Like I don't have my one driver. I have like my few drivers that I don't really like that much, and then I kind of root for all the teams to try and think of something innovative. Johan, come on, man. We can get you. We can get you here. We can get you. There's fourth. Johan, you got him. That's it right there. That is 4th position. Been to the Spa GP. I am totally jelly. I want to go to the Belgium Spa Grand Prix. That would be incredible. Where were your seats? Oh, Rouge. Oh, Rambo, you're killing me. Like all motorsports, best budget wheel for PS4 in your opinion to play this game on? Probably the best budget wheel. Wow, somebody was off track. Look at that. Somebody off track there, right on the main straight. Who is that? I believe we are looking at our last lap here. Yes, we are on the last lap. I gotta stay on Johan Falsgraf, but I gotta find out who that was. This guy's gonna win it by a mile. Look at that. So he is here coming out of the second chicane. His next nearest hasn't even entered the first chicane. So congrats Daniel Cardoso for winning this. All right, let's see if we can't find who is stopped there on the front straight. Look at this. This is insane, this radical race here. What car is that? Alright, let's get back. Sorry guys. Let's get back to, is he gonna win it? He's still peeking down the inside. Alright, sorry about that guys. Had a call there I had to take. Pop on the cam 1. Okay. This is the end here. I think that the G27 is what I would have to recommend. If it's best budget wheel, it's going to be the G27. If I would say what would I spend my money on if I had to play PS4, I think the T300. I honestly do. I think that's where I would put it for best bang for the buck. That is a very solid system. 3 a.m. phone call. Yeah, it's. I am perpetually on 24-hour support, so sometimes I gotta take a call here and make sure that everything's okay. Nobody has hit that tire. That's impressive. Johan has fallen back to 8th. What has happened, Johan? Oh, you just can't get around this radical. T300 is like $400. Wow, that's crazy. The equivalent for Xbox right now is like $250, $230. There's the end of the race for Johan Allsgraf. Ends up 5th. All right. Does well there. So that is it. That is the end of the race here. Tell you what, let's ooh, that is a tough one. Tubbsy, it depends on what pedals you're gonna get. If you're gonna get Fanatic Club Sport pedals, then get the 911 GT3. When we skip to the end of the session here, we'll see what happened. Daniel Cardoso wins it. 1 second behind was Daniel Furman. Our own Johan Falsgraf ends up, I guess this is a minute, isn't it? These are a minute. He's a minute ahead, a minute and 40, minute 41, minute 42 behind. So that's not a second. So yeah, only 1 second behind, and he was only 2 seconds behind a podium there. So, our very own. Wheels that work on the Xbox One. Okay, so there's the Thrustmaster TX that works on the Xbox One. There's a Thrustmaster non-force feedback. That is a Ferrari 458 Spider wheel. I would not recommend that one, simply because the force feedback is part of what makes it so immersive. You know, I would say if you're going to do that, do the upgrade to the TX. The other one, there's a Mad Catz that uses good materials, but the internals are very weak and not proven. I don't feel very strongly about that offering. I've only tested it out a couple of times, so I can't tell you about its long-term use. But yeah, the other one that does work is the Fanatic Club Sport V2 wheel. There is a modular rim you can get for it that you can put on almost any hub or any stock rim on top of that. It's like a hub that the rim sits on top of, and that will work on the Xbox One as well. But holy cow, it's expensive to do that. Alright guys, well seriously, I appreciate all of you that came out and watched this stream tonight. You know, definitely follow here if you want to see more of what we're doing over at Turn. And if you haven't already, head on over to the ultimateracingnetwork.com. Let me see if I can't get a little plug here for the site. ultimateracingnetwork.com. Let me try and get a browser over to it. Blammo. Alright, so here it is. This is the ultimateracingnetwork.com. It definitely has our Facebook up here, our Twitter, our YouTube, Twitch channel. At the bottom there, plug in your email. You can get notified when our site launches. Hang on, let me move this guy down. Move down. Move down. Okay, there I am. You guys will get notified when the site launches, which is days away. So when you look at how many followers we have on here, not very many right now. Let me tell you, that's going to change pretty soon. We have a staff of 6 people that have come from all various forms of organized motorsport on consoles and PC. I myself started Formula Forza and dropped that project to come and build up Turn. And what we're going to achieve is huge. You guys just happen to be here on practically launch day for us. We are very, very close to launching, and it's going to be enormous. So head on over there, plug in your email, submit, and when the site comes up, you guys will be part of it right on day one. It's what you're gonna want to see. All right, guys. For now, I appreciate it, and follow if you haven't. Good night, everybody. And this has been a 6.5-hour stream, so I really appreciate it again. Thank you very much. Good night, guys.